Hi everyone. As before in my little reviews, this will be a simple look through a collection of some of my favourite pictures that I've taken with this particular lens. I don't have any charts or numbers for you, just a few dozen photographs you can take a look at, see its character for yourself, and see if you like the look that it can produce. I'll also give a few thoughts about how I feel about using it. So this was one of the very first lenses that I bought when I was getting into the Fuji X series of cameras. When I first made that step, one question I asked myself was about how the smaller than full frame sensor might be able to capture a nice shallow depth of field, especially for portraits. I think with its fast f1.4 aperture, this was a lens that years ago showed me that the Fuji system could certainly give me that look that I liked in many situations. Of course, you can force a shallow depth of field with just about any lens by getting close enough to your subject, or having the background far enough away. But I feel this lens gives me that look that I like in many real-world portrait scenarios. This picture of author Zadie Smith was taken in a very small room with quite a bit of clutter behind her. To my eyes, the background dissolves just enough and the picture really works. I'm not really interested in backgrounds melting into nothingness. For environmental portraits, the background can drop out of focus nicely, but still contain information that adds to the story. This portrait of a groom is a nice example. He's certainly the focus of the picture, the background is soft, but it still tells the story of being at a wedding. However, in this photograph, I'm not close enough to the boy for the legs of the people behind him to be as out of focus as I'd like, or their legs aren't far enough back. It's always a mixture of many factors. Despite being one of my favourite Fuji lenses in terms of the look it produces, it's not a lens that I use too often now. It's kind of caught between two setups. Actually, for weddings, I use a Nikon D750 with a Sigma 35mm f1.4 art lens. It focuses quicker and more accurately, and for everyday street photography or documentary work, I would more likely use the 23mm f2 lens as it's much smaller, quieter, and faster to focus. But if you're looking for a lens with this field of view to take quite considered portraits, I recommend it very highly. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for subscribing. If you have any questions about the lens, I'll try and answer them in the comments.